Let's get more on the Russian aspect of these talks with Konstantin Eggert, who's DW's Russia analyst. He joins us from Munich. Welcome, Konstantin. What does Russia want from Friday's talks?
Phil, hello. I think that there are three goals. One is actually to impress on the world, and especially on the domestic audience, that there are only two people that decide not only the fate of this war, but the fate of the world. This is Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. Goal number two, not to give away anything at all during these talks. Or if there is a decision to give something away, it should be ephemeral and completely meaningless. And number three, to keep the American administration talking to the Kremlin, preferably one-on-one, so as not to let the whole situation spin off into massive sanctions and a barrage of other American restrictions. That's, I think, the three goals that Putin we can safely say that Putin has before the Alaska summit.
Okay, I look at that and I think you could sum that up as control, impressing the world, giving away nothing substantial and keeping Trump talking. As part of that control, I'm seeing reports of potential new Russian offensives ahead of Friday's meeting. What does that tell us?
Well, if there are preparations for such offensive, I think it will complicate the whole thing, because it is supposed, or at least Trump thinks, that actually his advances to Putin will lead to a certain pacification or a certain calming down of the situation at the front. But on the other hand, although, Phil, it's better to ask military experts that see situation on the ground better than I, we haven't seen massive Russian offensives recently. What we've seen is incremental progress by the Russian forces, step by step, meter by meter. But frankly, I'd be really surprised if in the coming 48 hours, Putin launches a major offensive, because I think that could really wreck the whole project of having talks with Trump on the 15th.
What about this idea of land swaps, which we've heard so much about over the last few days? Donald Trump talking about both sides giving up land. How has that idea been greeted in the Kremlin?
Well, so far, what we've seen and what we've heard is that the Kremlin not only does not intend to give away anything that it managed to wrestle from Ukraine, but Putin demanded, for example, complete Ukrainian withdrawal from 4 Ukrainian regions, 4 oblasts, which are not fully controlled by the Russians. So essentially, on the Russian side, I don't think there's going to be any conversation about any kind of giving up any land. As for President Zelensky, then I think he already said that Ukrainian constitution does not let him, and that's true, to swap or give away even 1 square meter of Ukrainian land. So I do not think that the thing that the sides are going to start with is going to be some kind of major land deals. If it ever comes to fruition, it's not going to be finalized. It's not going to be basically decided upon during this summit. If it will, I mean, I'd be very much surprised.
And this meeting, of course, happening without Ukraine. How important was that for Putin that Kyiv be kept out of these talks?
Extremely important. As I said at the beginning, Phil, Putin wants to be seen, and it is especially at home, and especially among peoples, countries and leaders of the so-called global south, as essentially leader of the superpower number 2, with whom America wants to talk and who will only talk to America. And in this respect, the absence of Zelensky, of course, plays in the hands of Putin. It's another matter if you look at diplomatic niceties and kind of the unsaid, unofficial protocol issues. Of course, Putin coming to Trump means that Trump is the host, means that Trump is essentially number 1. So it's a Trump-Putin summit and not vice versa. So right. In this respect, there is an element of weakness in Putin's position, but you really have to be very much into this sort of diplomatic niceties to say it.
And so just to sum up briefly, Konstantin, do you see the most likely outcome of Friday's meeting as being just nothing substantial?
I think that is the point that I wanted to make. Yes, I think we cannot see some kind of super-duper breakthrough on the 15th. It's another matter that, as I said, Putin's interest and Trump's interest is actually to go on talking, and that may continue. And here the question is, what will be the role of Ukraine? Will Ukraine accept a situation in which its fate is decided behind its back? I do not think so.
Thank you. DW Russia analyst Konstantin Eggert.